go travel the world, travel changes you, but it doesn't really. I've lived abroad for the better part of 20 years. I've lived in Europe, I've lived all over Asia. I was a digital nomad in South America. Traveled all around the US, living out of a car, and the same in Australia. I think I might know what I'm talking about. Travel changes you if you let it change you. But that means you also have to choose the right kind of travel to put yourself in a situation where you can actually change. I have 7 different types of travelers, and this last one is what I'm doing right now.
Temple another day. 2 eggs.
I think this is like a whole new, fresh look on travel and how it can really, really change you. The first one is the resort traveler or the person who goes on cruises. Does it change you at all? Hell no, it doesn't change you at all. However, there is one thing, what I call the habit reveal. When you go somewhere and you get out of your routine into a different place, you could start to look at your life and see the things that you do repeatedly. It's not gonna change your life. In fact, I don't think it changes you at all. I think it gives you the wrong perception of what travel actually is and how the world works. You might meet some people from around the world, so we could consider that change or network, or it's not gonna change you. Not getting frustrated, I promise. But when you remove yourself from the normal time and place, you could check your habits. The next one are the destinationers. And these people go to a place for, a week or 2 weeks, but they're not just in the resort. They kind of get out a little bit. They venture out, they kind of go eat maybe some local food, some street food, but they go to one destination or, 2 destinations or, in the area. They dabble a little bit. Destinationers have a chance to let travel change themselves because they can start to see their comfort zone. Because when they go to a place, of course, your habits are going to change, time and place, different foods. So you now get to push your boundaries a little bit. But you'll generally be in the tourist areas, go on a few tours here and there, but you'll start to see where your boundaries are for your comfort. Especially when you're traveling with someone, if anyone who's traveled, to really get to know someone, you travel with them because you're with them 24/7. You get to see the good and the bad and how they change and what really gets revealed, like who they are when all the time and the place is removed, like the habits that you see that are all nice and perfect. And when you start to remove those, you're like, oh wait, this is who this person is. Next one, and this one I did for an entire year backpacking in my 20s. I was the grubby backpacker. And here's what you learn: how rough you actually are. This is the complete opposite of the destination. You literally have all of your stuff in a bag in your back. This is mind-blowing if you truly think about it. When I look back at how I did that, the places that I slept. I once slept in a Chinese airport under some stairs next to some garbage cans on a piece of cardboard. If you haven't done it, don't judge me. But if you have backpacked, then you're gonna be sleeping in the weirdest places. You'll be sleeping in the airports and train stations and buses. You'll be half asleep, you're always on the move, everything's gonna smell and be dirty, and you'll be figuring out where to do laundry and carrying it around, and you'll be like, I don't want to pack my bag again, I don't want to take all this stuff out just to get that. This is truly like expanding your comfort zone because you have to, especially if you're backpacking on a budget. You're going to have to stay at hostels. You're always going to catch that hostel with 12, 16, 20 people in a room, and that's when you're like, okay, I see how people are living, but then you get to see, like, can you handle it? What are your limits? Because they will get crossed at some point and something will go wrong, and you'll get to see like how much you can truly handle. I really believe that if you have a curiosity about travel or the world and you're in your 20s, you've got to do it. I would say a month to 3 months if you're really not into it, but if you're into it, just go for it. Hit it for like 6 months or a year. And just see the world. It's incredible. You can never be more fluid. You can never move faster. You can never meet your tribe more readily than when you have a backpack on your back and the world is literally your oyster. The world is at your fingertips at every moment. If you have some cash and you live on a budget, you can just go anywhere. This is staggering. So many people used to be like, how do you just go backpack alone? Like, aren't you sad and lonely? This actually surprisingly, is one of the most non-lonely times you will be when you are actually backpacking. You get to test your social skills. You have to meet people. You could still be introverted, you could still be quiet, but maybe you find your little tribe and you do things with them. Or maybe you kind of go solo for a few days, but you're going to have to get out there. You have to. This is how it changes you. Oh yeah, I always forget this. If you like these videos, you can subscribe, but I don't want you to subscribe just to subscribe for no reason. I want you to subscribe if you want to be a part of this journey and community that I'm building. I just don't want followers. I don't want subscribers. I don't care about that. I realize that's why I stopped social media before. You know, I got a couple thousand, 10, 20,000 followers on other platforms, but there was no community. Next, I call these the trippers. They go on their spiritual retreats, maybe an ayahuasca retreat or a yoga retreat or a mindfulness retreat. Go to a place in this zone, in this bubble, just for that. Their tribe is going to be there. They're going to have some sort of experience. They're going for some kind of, usually like mental or bodily change. How can it change you? Well, it depends what you're doing or what you're drinking. And the whole idea, truly, you're going to find yourself. You're going to find parts of yourself, learn new things. That is a really good thing in my opinion. We truly don't know who we are anymore. If you think about it for 1 second, if you're watching all this information coming into your brain, because your brain is the most amazing thing in the entire universe, taking all of this information and building a story about who you think you are and what you want. But that's not you. That's all just external information. So the only way is, for a lot of people, and for me sometimes, is just to disconnect and get away. Just get out of nature. Because if you stay in the area and you're like, oh, I'm gonna put my phone in another room and I won't use it, good luck with that. The only issue with this is you can go too much. Then you start to become kind of narcissistic in a way. Oh, I'm holier than thou, or this is the way I live, and this is the way the world should be, and this is exactly it. It can become too much, where you start to think your thing is the thing. It's the best way to do it. Or, you know, some people just stay for way too long, or too many ceremonies, and then I think they start to realize, you know, maybe a couple years or a decade later that, okay, maybe there is no shortcut. Like disconnecting and getting away for a little bit is a good thing, but you can't do that forever. Reality still exists, and there can be too much of a good thing. Digital nomads, we hear this all the time, but what is a digital nomad? A digital nomad is a person who goes to a place to live for an extended period of time. But the key component here is you're going to experience the place, the culture, the people, the city, the whatever, the vibe. And work is kind of on the side. Work is just what you do. Work is work. This is when you truly start to learn culture. So I'll add that there with the backpackers. When you're a backpacker, you're there. You're local, you're on the ground, you're mixing and mingling, like you're really in it. You're gonna have the hot and sweaty situations where like the people are looking at you and you don't know, you're holding up the line because you don't know the language or what they're saying, but this is the fun part. And same with digital nomads. Because you're living there, the culture experience is different because now you're immersed. Your language skills should get a little bit better. You should start to know places to go. You should know like where the locals are going, maybe even have some local friends. So you're really kind of getting in there. No one talks about these things with digital nomadism. You have to adapt massively because each place you go to, you have to restart life. Basically, which is so difficult because you're not only learning like a new culture, you have to learn where to shop, you have to learn gyms, and now social skills versus network. So social skills, like I said, with backpacking, you're just out there, you gotta learn to fucking talk to people. With networking, that's the digital nomad thing. If you don't truly put an effort into networking, finding your tribe, which can get exhausting because you have to adapt over and over and over and do it each time. Digital nomadism can be the loneliest thing you do. The saying goodbye is different than backpacking because backpacking is a couple days, then you say goodbye. Now, with this one is you're actually getting to know people for a couple months. So you're invested and then it's goodbye. And the whole dating thing and relationships, oof, I throw that out the window completely. Because it's difficult. If you know that you're leaving, I think it's kind of selfish to actually start getting to know people and dating, especially for that person. Even if you're like, whoa, you know, maybe if things go well, I could stay. But think about how selfish that is. That other person lives there. Like that's their thing. If it's a local, to each their own. Now the next one is the expats. These are the people who generally have traveled the world and they go to a place and they're going to relocate from wherever their home country was and they're going to live in that place for whatever reasons. Bureaucracy, weather, comfort, cost of living. Many of the places around the world with, you know, a certain currency, you can live very well. The place they go to doesn't necessarily change them. I would say they've done these before, one of these or many of these or some combination, and they've already changed. This is the one that I've come up with and that I'm doing right now that I call purposeful living abroad. I need a better name for that.
And this is what I'm calling now pilgrim mode.
You're going to a place to leverage location. So whereas a digital nomad goes to a place to travel around, experience things, network with different people, a pilgrim is just going to a place to find a specific thing that that place offers that they can leverage to improve a part of their life. This is the important thing. I'm all about self-improvement. I'm all about growth and personal development. And that's what this is. The location provides that for you. This is why Chiang Mai gave it to me. My Muay Thai gym is just right down the street. I came here for that, for discipline and to grow the business. I'm not going to see temples. I'm not going to areas. I'm not going out drinking. I'm 20 minutes outside of the city. No trips, no hikes, no dinners. The idea is what place is best for you at that phase in your life. And these change over time, and so does the place. And that's how pilgrim mode changes your life. But I would say this one thing about being a backpacker from what I've learned. I'm now 42. If you go backpacking in your 20s, it will be a way different experience than if you do it when you're older. So many people, they kind of live their life to, you know, their whatever, 50s or 60s, and then they're like, then we're gonna go travel. And the only thing I know for certain now is that when you are older, your experience of travel changes. When you are in your 20s, the things you will see, the bad decisions you will make, that is the madness that only you can experience at that age with a backpack on your back in your 20s. And all of these other options are incredible as well. It just depends on who you are, what you like. None of them are good or bad. It's just answering the question. If someone's like, go travel the world, it changes you. Every time I hear that, I'm like, no, it doesn't. Not all of these kinds of travel are going to change you. And that might be okay. You might just want to go to a place and experience just a vacation. When people say, travel changes you, go travel the world, be conscious of what kind of travel you're doing, why you're doing it, and how you want that travel to change you. If you like these videos, subscribe, but only if you want to be a part of the community that we're building around self-improvement, travel, life, AI, decision-making, and all good vibes.